Isabel, thank you so much for joining me today. I am so excited to share your long-awaited story because we've known each other for a little while.
We have known each other for over 3 years, 3.5, actually going on 4 if we count this past year. My goodness.
Yeah. And when I was doing massages, I would be like massaging your back, saying, Isabel, I can help you a lot more downstairs than I can upstairs. Get downstairs so I can help you. So tell me, you heard about the challenge and you're like, tell me where you were in your life at that time.
So it's fascinating. I mean, you're absolutely right. We had known each other for 3 years and you had been telling me your lower back, I could totally help you. And I would just smile and nod and I'd say a little bit to the left. and then I would go, okay, you know what? I should maybe consider this. And I even remember telling you, oh yeah, I'll watch your videos. And then I'd book my next massage appointment. But I hit a stage this past fall, and I guess I hit that kind of 45-year-old, I'm mid-40s. I'm looking down the barrel at what is the second part of my life, and I felt horrible. My back wasn't getting better. I had no energy. My sugar addiction was out of control, categorically out of control. And I just wasn't sleeping well. I wasn't feeling well. I was the heaviest I'd ever been. I'm not generally a heavy person to begin with, but I was the heaviest I'd ever been. And I was not good in my skin. And then your 6-week challenge popped up on my Facebook.
And I thought, almost fell down when I saw your message saying, Sherry, I'm joining your challenge.
I said to myself, you know what? Honestly, if I can't do 6 weeks, come on. Like, it was almost a moment of truth for myself. And I thought, if I can't do 6 weeks and give this a try for 6 weeks and try and figure out a different way to eat and try and find a way to be more organized with my fitness, then honestly, I'm a sunk cost. So I tried it. I said, you know what, 6 weeks, I'm going to try it.
And what happened? So you jumped in. Tell me what you experienced when you got in here.
Oh my God, it was so much more than I expected. I can't even begin to tell you. I think it started 2 weeks before we got into the challenge, and I met my accountability coach for the first time. I had a meeting with you, and you guys started to explain, things that I could do to start to get prepared, things that I could tweak at the beginning just to get ready from a food perspective, from a groceries perspective, that I had to kind of look at my schedule and say, where was I going to fit in my classes? And I only had to do 3 a week, damn it, only 3. You and I both know I do a lot more than that now because I've loved it.
Well, you've even won our wine glass.
Yes, I won a wine glass. I don't drink a lot of wine in it anymore, but I definitely have a beautiful wine glass. And then I got there and I got into the classes and I met an incredible group of women, all of us in similar boats floating on the same ocean, and all of us kind of just wanting to feel better. Some of us are a little bit more embarrassed than others. I'm the type of person who, although I like to jump around, I was nervous. I was I didn't know. I knew I had no cardio. I didn't want people to think I was completely terrible. I knew I couldn't lift. I got these spindly little arms. I knew I couldn't lift any weights. I mean, I have these little 3-pound weights at home, and that was pushing it. But you know what? There was no judgment. There was no judgment. And I found you guys have this Facebook group, and I'm on there every day, and I see people posting questions that I answer. Or, when I've had a bad day and I feel like Eeyore, and I'm normally Tigger, when I feel like Eeyore and I post on there, guys, I'm struggling today, all of a sudden I've got this slew of people saying, it's okay, you've got this, come do a class, we'll high five with a butt slap, and we'll be great. And it just completely changed the way I've looked at everything. And Sherry, you know this. I've talked about, I've signed up to this gym and I've signed up to that gym. And, listen, I paid an entire year's worth of Econo Fitness and I went twice. Yeah. So it's all well and good to pay for it. I didn't get that there. I didn't get this organized plan. I didn't get this community that supported me and wanted to see me there. And when I wasn't there, they asked where I was. Like it was an amazing, and it is an amazing experience.
Well, because you're going on challenge 4 with us now.
Yeah, I've signed on for like the full year. I think I'm signed on now for another year.
Yeah.
Amazing.
What kind of results did you get?
Well, so this is the fun part. This is the fun part. So, you know what? I mean, to be fair, for me, I was not going into this to lose a big set of weight. I am not a big person to begin with, but I did. I felt a lot bigger than I had in a long time. And I am now down to a dress size and a weight that I have not seen since before my second child 20 years ago.
Wow.
So my son is 20 years old now, and before I got pregnant with him, I was about the weight that I am today, and I have not seen that weight since then. I have not fit into clothes the size that I'm wearing today since then. But more important, I can lift 25s and 30s, not 3s anymore. 25s and 30s like this.
You're jacked, lady. Like,
so,
those muscles are coming out, man. You're getting the diamond.
They're getting there. I got a little bit of definition.
A little shoulder cut, yeah.
A little bit. But I feel good. I'm sleeping better. My back is not as sore. The way I've managed to hack my food, I figured out because of what you guys have taught me, you and Mara and all the incredible coaches and the community have taught me how to hack and figure out what foods don't work well for my body. And so the inflammation I was feeling in my knees and my hips and my lower back have all decreased significantly. So it's not just I'm stronger and I'm fitting into better dress sizes, but I literally feel better from like an inflammation perspective. And that was a revelation.
And because you've learned, you figured it out, right? You learned
how
your body works. Yeah.
So much. And it's funny because when I do slip into my old sugar addiction ways, I feel it for days. I feel it for days. And I realize, you know what? I mean, as much as I love my sugar, it's really not worth it anymore.
Yeah. I mean, learning that balance, right? Between having that little morsel here or there versus just like binging out like crazy, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Tell me about your virtual experience, because you log on a lot from home.
Oh, I mean, and that's really important. I'm telling you, before I got into this, one of my big excuses for why it would never work and why I shouldn't be doing this was the fact that, I travel for work, so I can't get to the gym, or I just don't have enough time, or, I have to rush home and I have to get this kid on the way home, or I have to drop off this person, or I have to do this. And it just, there's never enough time. And the funny thing is, well, not the funny thing, the great thing about this program is I have this flexibility. So although I love to go into the studio, I love the studio because I got the girls there. The virtual experience and the ability to tap into virtual classes is something that I really, really appreciate. I can do it when I'm in a hotel room. You guys have seen me in my hotel rooms. Just a little sliver of space in my hotel room, and I'm jumping around, and I got the virtual class on my laptop, and I get a class in. I also, though, not just getting a class, it's not just a video. There's the interaction, right? Yeah. You're there checking out to make sure I'm doing the moves right.
Stop dancing, Isabel.
Yes.
Stop
Isabel, let's go. Yeah, because I love to dance when I got my music going. So, but I mean, it's great to have that. It's great to have that interaction. And when we stop for a water break, everybody comes up to the video and they high five me even though I'm not in the room. So I feel like I'm actually part of the team. I mean, actually part of the group. And then the other part is that virtual Facebook group, because I can't underscore enough how important that support group, that support community is in this entire experience. Otherwise, it would just be another class, right? The ability to have an amazing class, the virtual or the in-studio, but the community as well has made this absolutely life-changing for me.
They're a bunch of sweethearts in there, aren't they?
Yes. Yeah. We sometimes have truck driver mouths. We swear a little bit sometimes.
Only when there's no kids in the room.
No kids in the room. Never with kids.
Tell me, Isabel, if you were to meet your best friend on the street, and you know, obviously she's going to look at you and go like, what happened to you? What would you tell her in 30 seconds about the program?
Well, I discovered this amazing studio with Sherry Thacker. She has taught me how to hack my body, how to hack my diet, how to figure out and plan my schedule so that I can actually have and fit fitness into my regular, very, very busy schedule. But in addition to that, when we put it all together, it's a full community. It's not just a fitness program. It's not just a way to eat or a diet. It's not just a class. It is the entire program and the entire community together that has helped me to change the way I eat, the way I look at fitness and do my fitness, and how I schedule time for me to make sure that I'm healthier. And that's why I am. And what I look like today is because of all of that together.
Amazing. Oh, it's been, you know, you're always filled with smiles and dance and little butt shakes. And I'm always so happy, virtual or in the studio, when you're there. You add a very special flavor to our studio. So Isabelle, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Thank you for sharing your story, because that really helps people to understand if this is the right place for them to be.
Yeah, well, it is the right place, Sherry. Damn it, if it's right for me, it's right for everybody. Absolutely.
High five with the butt slap, man. Thanks for coming on, girl. Love you to bits.
Thank you so much.
Bye for now.
Bye.